Hi everybody, we are going to begin drafting our back bodice sloper. Okay, so I finished drafting the front sloper and that's already in my file. So you want to make sure, go ahead and open up your front sloper so you have it ready to go. And we're going to add the back bodice draft to this same file. So I'm going to demonstrate figure 6 in this video. It's 4 steps. And again, we're following in the book. I'm on page 42 in chapter 3. And it first wants me to draft the full length. And then in the book, because it's designed to draft by hand, it goes through a couple other steps. But I'm actually going to jump to the 4th step where it says B to E. And what I'm going to use that for, I'm going to make a rectangle. So that way I have a really long, wide rectangle. And then I'll go back to the 2nd and 3rd step and just add those points as well. And zoom out. I'm going to pan over. I probably don't need my 3D screen right now. And my computer screen's kind of small, so I think I'm just going to go down to the bottom and just click on 2D for right now. Okay. And I'm going to choose this polygon shape here, and I'm actually going to change it to rectangle. So keyboard shortcut is the letter S. Okay, whoops. Then I'm going to click and drag. Oopsies. I'm going to hit Command Z. What happens if I just right click? Can I just right click? What if I left click? Okay, use left click. Left click one time. That way you can just type in the sizes you want. I mean, I could have clicked and dragged and just, eyeballed the measurements, but we want to use exact measurements here. So for me, I'm doing the size 16 one. I've already written down all my measurements in my worksheet. I've done all the math, so this should go really fast for me. So my A to B length should be 18 5/8 inch. So that is the height of my rectangle. So let's change it to 18.625, I believe, is the decimal equivalent to 5/8. And the B to E measurement, which is the 4th step, the width of my rectangle is 10.5. Now again, you might not be following my measurements. You might be following your own. So I just want to make sure that's clear. And I'll just say okay. Okay, great. There it is. Maybe I can move it over here. Okay, so the 2nd step is A to C. Now, A is technically this point up here. So A to C. C should fall on this line somewhere before this corner. So I'm going to hit my add segment point. Where is that? Right here. My add point, split line. And I need to do it 8 9/16. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I don't know the decimal formula for 9/16. So I'm going to pull up my calculator. Say 9 divided by 16. Okay, so it's 0.56, and because there's a 5 there, I'll round up. So 0.563. So I'm going to do 8.563. Okay. So I right-clicked, and I was at about 8. I was pretty close. So I'm going to say 8.563. Okay. So now I have a point there. That's technically point C. And then in that same step, it says a square 3 inches down from C. So if I get my selection tool, my little edit pattern, I can click it, and then I right-click. And we'll say add perpendicular internal line. I'm so bad with my X and Y axis. I think let's try this one. Yeah, it was the X one. I don't need it to extend all the way. I actually only need it 3 inches. Say, okay. There we are. Now the 3rd step, it wants us to draw B to D. So this is technically already B. Now they want another mark up here, which will be D, and it should stop before the end, like where A is. And that is our center back length, which in my case is 17.5. So I'm going to get that segment tool again. Oops. Add or split line, keyword shortcut X. And I'm going to kind of eyeball it. So I'm supposed to be 17.5. Looks like it's 17. So if I right click about right now, I can go to line 2 and type in 17.5 and say okay. Okay. Okay, so the next step is they want us to square out 4 inches. Oh dear, that's a Command Z. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's get my little selection tool over here. Again, keyboard shortcut Z. So I'm going to select that guy and then right click, and we're going to add our perpendicular line. This time I think it's on the Y-axis. Okay, yeah. And it only needs to be 4 inches. So I'll say okay. Cool. And we already did B to E. That was when we made our rectangle. So right here would be B and over here is E. So that concludes figure 6.